Indeed.
Drinking Blue Moon tonight.
Oh, I need to get alcohol. I'm sorry, I'm out of it. Which is
Hey, look
why
at
I
that.
brought,
Parties.
yeah, all that shit. I brought
But
Bree
after a
with me
couple of
today.
these, I might
Bree's,
switch to Coors. Okay.
so Bree's going to be me today.
I'm replacing my. Is my audio okay?
You're right. You're right. It was great. And then also Jester's going to be here.
How's my
Yeah.
audio?
Insanity.
Jester's going to be in the guest spot. Oh, that's the wrong
So
side.
Jester, I don't know. Normally I tell people like, who are you? Where are you? And where do you do? And normally it's just like, this is Jester. We all know him. You might remember him from like being in the side chat acting like Daddy Warbucks and, and
Throwing
shit.
that money
Acting
around.
like
Make it rain, bitches.
I hear Daddy Warbucks actually has money.
Yeah.
All right.
Fake it till you make it, Jester. Got this.
Bree loves it when people don't have money and like shower her with cash. Vandy and I would prefer that you only shower us with disposable income. So
No,
I mean,
shower me
it's
with
all
all income.
disposable when you are. So as I'm disposable, the income is too.
you're so not disposable. Do you have any? I don't think you understand how many people would miss you if you were gone.
Yeah, man.
You're great, Jester. Don't be like that. You're the lord of shenaniganery, chaos, madness.
Hey, hold on.
cruel,
Wait.
ungodly deities.
What is the third item in that comma separated list?
What? Huh?
The comma separated list below your name.
Oh. Hey, look, guys.
Shenaniganery.
Vandy gave memberships to KW and Chris Peacock and Al Trucker. Jillian finally got something. Like, thanks, finally, fucking YouTube. And Convenient Estelle. Way to go. Way to go. And also, Reggio saw that and was like, fuck that shit. I can do 10.
Boom, boom, boom.
So those all went to Clairview, Jenny Morgan, Jay Patrick, Kalasia, Caterpillar, Blaster Master, Mountain Crystal, Mapleson, Rescue Ninja, and Off the Chain Atheist. So,
There's another there's another ninja down there. You.
So, welcome, cultist, and please continue to enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties, and vaginas.
Woohoo!
What is Al doing? Oh, it's a defuck emote. I love it. I
It's
really
adorable.
do.
Fuck.
Brie, isn't Al's defuck emote like the best?
Yes.
Al, you should get you should stream more and get monetized so you can
You
have
get some merch.
yeah. Oh, that would be awesome merch.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, hey Brie, you do shit.
Mhm.
You do stuff and shit. You should tell people.
Oh yeah, I have a channel. That's true. I have a channel where on Saturday mornings I do live from the hive, which was yesterday. But we did a fun show. We had orphan trains, which were they're the most insane conspiracy that I've ever delved into. If you missed it, go check it out. It was really weird. But this Thursday, kind of an important thing coming up because the Freedom from Religion Foundation did this they fucked up and then now they're doing a heel face turn about it. And Jerry Coyne, Richard Dawkins, and Pinker, they all retired or they all resigned. And I'm going to be talking about that this Saturday on the Transpositions Weekly. So come check that out and have some fun.
All right. Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, what happened? Look, okay, so peeps, I'm like sick and shit. You can't be like showering me with cash today. But I don't know. It's Jedi, so I'll allow it. Jedi say fuck you bitches.
You want me to read them?
I'm gonna shit on that 5. I'm gonna shit on that 10. I'm gonna do 20. Those 20 went to Sean Carter, Infallible Fowl, Delicious Danish, Jason Unpasteurized, Derek Henrik, Andrew Christofferson, Not a Summer Child, John Hudson, John Fapiano, Vesta Freya, Ian Debunks, David Denuno Bond, Pippa Peerless, Arden Espresso, Chris Kine, Jason William, Let's Farm, Northern Chimp. Is that all? Because goddamn. All right. But thank you.
Yeah.
You.
Woo! Enjoy your tapioca weasels and your nitties.
And
Vaginas.
you gotta.
I was leaving it open for someone to take that last spot.
Look, people, you must enjoy the vajayjay. It's what God gave them to us for.
Mm-hmm.
Pure enjoyment. All right. Speaking of enjoyment, Tap, what's going on today?
We have our wonderful friend. It's been far too long. It's Roger.
Yeah, Roger's back.
University.
To round out the year. We haven't had Roger in God, it feels like years.
It's been a minute. Roger does now have 214,000 subs. We should probably have a list of all the different amounts that he's had, and we can plot it and get sad together. Yeah, it's got almost 3,700 views, and it came out 2 days ago. This is a prolific man, and today he's just going to be very confidently wrong about astronomy and physics, and less so about geology. But there's a big heaping of that too, because it's Roger.
It is Roger.
I mean,
sparkling space piss.
Yeah, it's like a low Earth orbit golden shower, as it were. Yeah.
Well, people are probably going to be wondering what you two are thinking about, and I noticed that I am out of wine. So why don't you get started? Bree's going to talk for me, and I am going to find stuff to drink. That is a great question, Bree. Why are you offline? Let's see. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to see. It says it's you.
I'm not touching it.
Oh,
there I am. There I am. Oh, no. I'm back.
All right. Let's get this party started.
Yes.
My friends, get ready. It's going to be fun today. 3 years after Webb telescope, billions of dollars, was launched, here's what it has taught us about the universe. Now let's discuss this, because I have a different opinion than they have. So let's see what my opinion is versus theirs.
I would love it if you knew what our opinion actually was.
Okay. So let me just lay...
Oh, well, okay, it's ChatGPT. Would you look at that?
Oh, you love ChatGPT.
I do love ChatGPT. ChatGPT, fantastic. ChatGPT will be much more right than Roger will be, probably.
Probably.
Lay it on a line. The cornerstone of everything in physics is that light never slows down, because the universe is a vacuum. Well, it's not a vacuum, and they know it's not a vacuum. It's called a quantum foam, and all you got to do is look out into space and just saturate it.
Oh my God. Okay, so you can't just look out into space and see that it is a quantum foam. The idea of a quantum foam is kind of a
quantum foam is a theoretical quantum fluctuation of space-time on a very small scale due to quantum mechanics.
Yeah, and it's sort of the edge of what we kind of understand. It's where our understanding of stuff kind of breaks down, because you need a theory, a quantum theory of space-time, and that is basically another way of saying a quantum theory of gravity. So we don't have that, but that you don't need quantum foam to understand what people mean when we say the universe is a vacuum. You go out into space, there isn't anything there until you hit the big stuff that is occasionally there. like stars and shit.
Which create vacuums, but those are
Yeah.
which create gravitational.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Gravitational fluctuations or something.
Wells, like
Gravitational wells. There you go.
attraction.
Yay.
But
So, how do you spray gravitational, or how do you spray quantum foam? Does it work for insulation? Like, I'm more interested in
What did I
practical
ask?
applications of the quantum foam.
he probably thinks it's that. He seems to think that it's like literally like stuff that is just everywhere that like you're
Yeah.
always running into, and that it slows down light. Which there's like a version of that I could probably turn into something not totally stupid, but it's not his version.
Don't give Roger that much credit now.
Well,
Now-
I mean, what's the point of having a physicist here if he can't like turn it into something that makes actual sense?
Because normally you yell at me for doing that.
No, I yell at you for trying to give them too much credit, not speak to the actual science. That's supposed to be what we do here.
Yeah, but quantum foam is such a vague term. It can have more specified meanings in certain models of like string theory and stuff, but it's all sort of vague and
It's just the way space-time acts in a vacuum. It's not even a physical thing. It's just
yeah, but like he doesn't know what that means. I don't always know what that means. It's sort of a very, this is stuff that happens at levels that we don't really have the ability to even experimentally test. So it's all a little bit up in the air. There are certain ways in which like sort of the intrinsic quantumness of, well, even that's not even of space-time. I don't know of an example where you see that other than like at the edge of a black hole. But the thing is, his other claim here is that the speed of light isn't constant, which I would like for him to support, because if he means when it's like moving through a medium, then he needs to show a medium, because like out there in space, like there isn't anything there. Okay, like if you want to say it's quantum foam, like that's not really affecting the propagation of light in any way that I know how to detect. So
Do either of the two of you know what the fuck he just said?
about foam.
No,
I know a little bit. I know a little bit about the quantum foam because I did some research after you sent me this video to find out how Roger was talking about.
Bree's brilliant. I want to hear her rendition.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have it up here to like it's not even my rendition. It's just like what the official statistics on quantum foam is. It seems like it's part of quantum mechanics that makes space-time look like it's boiling, I guess, is the way that the visual depictions of it lay it out. Now, it's theoretical. It's a theoretical physics, right?
Yeah, because it's at super 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 small scales, like crazy small.
And my understanding is that Roger is under the impression that because it foams like that, that it breaks up the way how fast light can move through the vacuum of space.
I don't think I don't think it's that coherent. I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Am I giving Roger too much credit?
I think he dropped that term because he knew like a fancy term. He doesn't understand quantum physics on any level. Like,
lay it on a line. The cornerstone of everything in physics is that light never slows down because the universe is a vacuum. Well, it's not a vacuum, and they know it's not a vacuum. It's called a quantum foam, and all you got to do is look out into space and just saturate it with particles. How could that be a vacuum? And every one of those...
Most of the reason we can see stuff crazy far away is because in all of the intervening distance, there isn't really very many particles at all.
A little holy up there.
Indeed.
Okay.
glowing particles you see creates a big magnetic field. And all of these things I can show you. These are no guesses. All they have is guesses that the light never slows down. Well, that is totally wrong. So everything...
This is not a thing that we guess at. We have, like, so much good reason to believe this, experimentally and theoretically. Like, if you can show light going, like, at a speed other than the speed of light in a reference frame, like, in a vacuum, go for it. But I don't believe you.
I do want to congratulate Tori Swansinger as 1 month, her first month of membership. So welcome to the cult.
Woo! Welcome.
Check out those tapioca weasels vaginas.
They're doing here with this web is invalid. You see, this light's behavior and propagation through space is unaffected by external factors like gravitational fields over long distances, is assumed to be consistent. Well, they assumed.
Consistent with what, dude? This is like a snippet from, like, that you're asking ChatGPT. Why are you doing this? Why are we listening to you talk to ChatGPT? Like,
is this the one-way speed of light argument? Is that what we're listening to?
No, honestly, that particular, like, bullet point, light's behavior and propagation through space, unaffected by external factors like gravitational fields over long distances, is assumed to be consistent. Consistent with what?
Like,
I mean,
consistent with space-time, but space-time is not...
It's a fragment. This is, like, grammatically, this is a fragment. This doesn't tell you anything. This is like the first half of a thought, but it doesn't have the end of the thought. I don't...
ChatGPT!
Beginning of the thought?
Well, yeah, but he's using, like, I don't know, he's using... He doesn't have good ChatGPT skills. You have to, like, help ChatGPT. Okay? It's better at when you give it, you know, a box that, you know, physically makes sense.
Wrong. All right, listen to this. The redshift, that's just absolute nonsense.
What do you mean it's absolutely nonsense?
Light coming at us from these distant galaxies, they say, is because it's being pulled away. It's shifting red. It's pulling the light and stretching it into the red spectrum. That's just...
That's not a great way of putting it, but it's not the worst way of putting it. Because the light stretches, it's not that things are stretching the light. What's happening is that the amount of space basically inside of a photon, as it propagates over vast distances, the entire universe is expanding, and it's doing so at the same rate everywhere, including at every point where that photon is. So by the time it gets to you, it's expanded at the same rate as space generally has.
I have
one source of redshift.
I have a context thing to exemplify the trouble with using ChatGPT this right way. Like, I just asked ChatGPT, what flavor is quantum foam? And do you think it gave me an answer?
What answer did it give you?
If quantum foam had a flavor, it might be described as unpredictably complex. It could be an effervescent mix of fleeting sensations, like popping candy laced with a hint of citrus and mint, leaving a tingling uncertainty on your tongue. So this is just, I mean,
I love it.
ChatGPT's answers at face value.
No,
more. It goes on and on. I'm telling you.
I'm not going to take it at face value, but for what it is, I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So quantum foam is jester flavored?
Are you citrus and mint?
Yeah.
Do you pop off the tongue?
Lemon, because when life gave me lemons, I bit into the lemons and looked life in the eye. And when its eyes got as big as dinner plates, I squirted the rest of the lemon into its face and kicked it in the nuts.
Kinky.
Wait, hold on. Did you steal that from when Ender was playing against the troll in that game?
I've
Never.
been
I think
using that since I was 13.
That
I
does
think we need
not
to wait till later in the
no.
show to use the word squirt, just for the algorithm.
For
Yeah.
$5, left-handed Jedi said, "In case of supernova, break glass and spray quantum foam." Lol.
Yeah. Good. I mean, I guess that's what the supernova is doing, though. Is it spraying quantum foam over everything?
It's citrus and mint flavored, though. I'm kind of into it. Can I get some quantum foam with my birthday cake?
It's ridiculous. Light is slowing down, turning red from, its original high energy source. It keeps going and going and going, and bang, 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 and it slows down. That's the red
Oh,
shift.
hey,
Not that it's
was that in any of your textbooks? I don't recall that from any of my science classes, but I didn't have any of the higher level ones like you have. So the banga 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 banga.
There are so what he's describing there is like sort of just random scattering of photons, like they hit a thing and they bounce off of it, and then they hit another thing. And that, as you might imagine,
Sounds like a ghetto drive-by.
well, a little bit, but what it does is it you can't see the thing anymore. Because light isn't still coming at you. Then when you scatter off stuff, like if you have dust, it's like a cloud. Okay, like if you have a cloud in between you and the thing, then like some of the light gets to you, but that's the light that didn't scatter off of anything.
Is like Roger interfering with your brain cells?
Is Roger interfering with my brain cells?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Banga, 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 banga.
Bree gets me.
That's how electrons move. They do kind of go banga, 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 banga as they move through stuff. So
I've never heard an electron do that, but I'll take your word for it.
I thought it was Jacob's ladders that did banga banga banga.
yeah, that's fair. But it's if you can see something clearly through something, light isn't doing that a lot. Like if that's what blurriness or opaqueness like is to some extent.
It's being pulled. Light from distant galaxies stretched due to the universe's expansion. In other words, they're doing this. They're taking a particle of light.
Who's they?
All right, that's being sent from a star towards us, and it's going beep. To me, it's going beep as it slows down through space. To them, it's
Sounds
going
of space.
beep. It's getting pulled.
To him, it's getting bigger and longer as it comes toward him. And then to the scientist, it also gets bigger and longer, but he has to like do it in a confusing, weird way. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't understand that what he just showed that he like is what he thinks happens is actually compatible with exactly the thing that he's mocking.
Banga, banga, banga.
Can we just, though, take a moment to appreciate that
These nuts.
pretty good sound effects?
Away so it stretches. It's insanity. The universe is not expanding like that for this reason. It might be, I don't know, but that's not creating a redshift.
Yeah.
Does
It
Roger
literally
really
is.
know?
So this is exactly what is responsible for most of the redshift that we see from very distant sources, is because as that photon travels across the universe is just expanding everywhere, including wherever the photon is, and so the photon expands and gets longer. Does it sound a little silly? Like, yeah, I will not. I'm not going to disagree, but like, it's also
It's hard to not think about matter, to compare it to matter, and it's not matter, it's a photon, which is why I think about stretching over that
like
distance.
particles don't do this because they're like bound together, and like if they start stretching apart, they're going to have a restoring force typically. But a photon internally does not have that. It is perfectly fine being a little bit longer than it was before. It's just that doesn't happen spontaneously. It would violate the conservation of energy. And what he is also doing, which is the like more sort of kind of obvious, like, what are you talking about detail, is he seems to be equating frequency and wavelength to velocity. He seems to think that if you observe something that is more red than or lower frequency, that means it's slowed down. That's not what it means. All of the different frequencies, they all travel at the same speed in a vacuum.
Which is the speed of light?
Yes.
All
But
right. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like,
that was a big science dump. We probably need to watch some of the video, but
yeah.
No, I did want to thank Salas for coming through with the bull with the horns or whatever, rock hands, or the $5, really. I do appreciate you.
Rock on, Farron.
So everything they've done with the Webb has just been for a waste of $10 billion or more so far as I can determine. They got some nice pictures, but Hubble did some pretty good pictures, I thought.
Has Roger yet to he's conflating Webb, like the James Webb, like someone's last name, with Webb, like a spider web? Like
no.
A web?
Like maybe on some sort of like conspiratorial level, but I don't.
Yeah.
No, I think he's just talking. I think he's just saying that it's a waste of money.
Mm-hmm. I'll take your word for it.
Okay, my friends, there's a theoretical concept they call quantum foam, and it's extremely small scale space-time. It's everywhere in the universe. It's the foam. It's like a foamy, bubbly little thing.
It's citrus and mint.
It is as Bree pointed out, and as what he has on screen also points out, because it's the AI overview from Google, because he Googled what is quantum foam. This description is going to be like a decent 3-sentence summary, probably, that I'm going to have some nitpicks with, but like it's fine.
I mean, my definition doesn't hold up either, but it's just like what I was able to glean from it with just like since I was invited on. And Roger's doing less than that. He's like doing this like understanding what quantum foam is real time with us on the camera.
Yeah, exactly. And
we're in the universe.
This is actually a valid point. A foamy bubble. Like he's not using
no, he's not. And Wikipedia is a better source for this.
Actually, yeah.
Wikipedia would absolutely be where I would suggest you go to a first source for what quantum foam is. That's where I would start.
Wikipedia actually has this really good graphic showing what the quantum foam like looks like. Allegedly.
This here.
Yeah. So I mean that's just showing you just peaks and valleys and bubbles.
An analogy might be literally any sort of surface. As you get more and more and more detailed, things kind of get rougher and rougher, and then you've eventually got like individual atoms, and then it starts to break down until you get way smaller, and it starts to look like this, but it's actually like space doing weird things. And but it has nothing to do with anything he's trying to like explain.
It looks a lot like the surface of boiling water, though. It's just on like a microscopic level, right? Like tiny on the atomic level, like boiling water is what I'm understanding.
Yes. Insofar as kind of anything that fluctuates with like different stuff kind of is like boiling water. Like because it's not at a single frequency. It's like white noise, sort of.
Okay.
So it's not like a vibrating guitar like a singular vibrating guitar string. Unless you do things to like confine it that way, which is sort of what.
Is it like a web of guitar strings, Doc? The Webb, James Webb. Oh my gosh, it's all coming together. It's all making sense now, guys.
Fair enough.
And it all came out on the interwebs.
Little thing. And it's turbulent, foamy structures due to constant fluctuations where particles of light and antiparticles are created and destroyed almost instantaneously. They're flicking on and off.
So this is a subtle thing that the main like ways that we describe it do give exactly this impression. Virtual particles like going in and out of existence are a extremely useful intuition pump for how things are happening, but it's fundamentally a quantum field that is doing things in its own like superposition dynamic way of exploring the entire parameter space that's available at once. But that didn't mean anything, right? Like I just said those words and it's like, what does that even mean? And you can describe it as being okay, it's sort of like a little bit of this happened, and then you imagine two electrons bouncing off each other and exchanging a photon. And that's what you get, all the little fancy diagrams, the Feynman diagrams, and you put all those together. But this is why, like, this guy has no appreciation for at all
Anything
the
else?
actual underlying concepts that are going on here. He's so far away from understanding the things that they teach you before they get to any of this stuff. There's a reason quantum physics is not what people lead with, because it's fucking weird and doesn't make any sense, and you have to understand math. Like, you have to.
I think Shaken Fist there has the exact explanation of it that I was given.
Mm,
If you think you know quantum, you don't.
yeah, that's solid advice,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. And these funny terms like quantum foam, just the things that Roger can grab onto that are familiar enough to him that he thinks he knows how foam works and everything. So he's like, oh, I know about foam. I'll talk about this today on my show, and how the universe is made out of foam now. It's Roger.
Because it's so much crazier than the universe being made out of foam. Like, that's a concept that
This was the 50s
way
too.
more mundane. Like,
Yeah.
the actual thing about quantum like foam and like the vacuum potential is that literally anything can pop out of it technically, like at any time.
I'll tell you right now, Titan's asking the right questions though.
But it's really unlikely.
Very true. Very true.
What does this have to do with
exactly right.
magnets, Vandy? What does that have to do with magnets?
Magnets are confusing, but in generally less fundamental ways than this.
Less foamy ways? Are
Yeah.
magnets foamy?
Are they banga banga?
Banga, 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 banga.
That depends on the magnet, I think.
Those little egg-shaped
because they're-
ones.
Oh yeah, those go. They sort of like vibrate. I love those.
Banga,
Yeah,
Had
banga.
those for
Particles
5
are just
minutes,
floating around in
finally,
space.
after all these years. And then I had to move and leave them behind.
That sucks.
Being hit by light particles, bang, bang, bang. And as that happens, the light slows down. It's as simple as that. Light slows down. We actually accelerated light. So it goes both ways. Einstein was just totally wrong. And here's how.
Hold on.
Oh, Roger says Einstein's wrong.
Everybody loves to say Einstein is wrong. People do not understand how smart Einstein was. Einstein was like like a super genius. He was brilliant. But he was wrong about things. He was
What
probably
was
wrong about
Newton?
this in more interesting ways than most people. Yeah, well, Newton. Yeah, Newton spent half his time doing alchemy,
Yeah,
which, like,
it's
bruh.
freaking yeah. That's kind of. I mean, we learned a lot about the elements from alchemy, though. Alchemy did
Yeah,
have long
but
term effects.
but not actually from alchemy. Like, you learned about them from people that might have sometimes called themselves like alchemists, but they weren't. Newton was doing alchemy,
Yeah, he was trying to make gold from lead and all that nonsense.
trying to like find the philosopher's stone. He was trying to, oh, God, yeah, all sorts of shit.
For $6.66, my infinite journey says, Hail Nero, Hail Nero, Hail the Goddess and Company, and Hail Quantum Foam.
Hail quantum foam.
And for absolutely no money whatsoever, annoying newsletter says light is bisexual and Einstein was wrong. All in the same breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We're gonna go big.
I think we
So
need him to
it goes-
explain that in more detail.
No explanation. It's funner that way.
Did you
No
see
context.
Did you see the look on Vandy's face? It was all the explanation I needed.
I hate you.
goes
I'm gonna
both
go get
ways.
my rum drink. I'll be
Einstein
right
was just
back.
totally
Good call.
wrong. Yeah. And here's how they can easily determine if I'm right or wrong. If they could do this experiment, which I don't know if they can or not, but I don't see why not. They spend all these billions of dollars taking Bennu, going out to Bennu, extracting a sample. I know exactly what that is, and I've shown it over and over and over. And it's biological. Now, here's how you can determine is
That should make it more exciting, by the way. Going out to like a celestial body and taking samples would be way more awesome if it was a biological entity.
is light speeding up or slowing down? Does it go the same speed? Very simple to test.
Tell us how. Come on.
This is from a cell phone.
I don't know why.
These are magnetic fields with polarities. This is the moon.
When he says this is from a cell phone, what on earth are we looking at? Do you have any idea? Because I have no idea what this is.
Hold on, check this out real quick. This is one of the drinks that Ben made for the 12 drinks of Christmas. It's a cream drink. So freaking good. It's got rum in it. I love.
Is it called eggnog?
No, it's not eggnog. We had a couple of different kinds of eggnogs though, because we got to come up with 12 drinks, right? That's a lot. We had some eggnogs and some wassail.
Wassail?
Yeah, it's like it's like a beer and fruit drink that you cook in like you crock pot it. It's really
Interesting.
and you put lots of seasonings like cinnamons and nutmeg and stuff like that in it. Traditional Christmas drinks.
My unfinished sock is back. For $2, they say, don't bang a banger. Like and share instead. That is sound advice. I like my unfinished sock and the avatar.
Banga banga though.
Banga banga though. Also, Brie, Roger says this is from a cell phone. And we are taking guesses on what
That means
the fuck.
Was he playing an app game on his cell phone?
Yeah, this could be literally so many different things. I don't even know where to begin.
All right, so
sure
what
we're
this
even looking at
is the quantum tunnel that forms when you transfer data from your cell phone to your computer without a cord.
Break it down for us, Mr. J.
I think the chat is resoundingly decided that this is a magnet.
Squids.
I mean,
squid.
there are magnety elements to some of the curvy lines and stuff, but there's a bunch of singularities, which is why I don't like magnets.
If you have pareidolia, there is a zebra up on the top left side of the tunnel, like on the outside part.
I think it
Yeah,
looks
right there.
like an owl to me.
That's one of the Banga Bangas. If you look closely, you can see it's a Banga Banga.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do we need to zoom and enhance?
Yeah, enhance.
Oh, and all these things is like, I don't know what the hell they are, but everything is a dipole. See, it's a black and white, black and white, black and white.
What?
You know, that actually has like more truth in this image than normally when he says it.
This is like
These things are like little dipoles. Like they do have like a bright side and a dark side next to each other. And that's a little bit why it looks a little bit like a magnet. Like this.
They're
like,
orbs. They're freaking the same thing as you see, like when you see orbs in ghost pictures. It's just like like dust particles. The way that light refracts off of dust particles.
I'm not convinced this is a photo of anything.
I don't know what it is.
It looks like random weird AI art where they're like,
holy shit! You got okay. No, I'm sorry. I know you're talking about shit, but like, I didn't even realize like 2 minutes ago we got a Sunday raid with like for the first time ever over 100 people in the chat. So I very politely tell you all to shut the fuck up and just say thank you to President Sunday.
Get those nitties and get those nitties and vaginas in that chat.
Yeah. Please hit the subscribe buttons. We have tapioca weasels, nitties, and vaginas. And I'm also a little sick tonight, so please feel free to come back next week when my voice is returned.
Yes.
We're trying to figure
now,
out
feel free to stay now. And if you can't stay, you can also like and subscribe.
Yeah. Maya invited me here to be her voice tonight, and she still won't stop talking. So she's like, well, this is a big freaking deal, girl. 100 over, at live views. Woo! We're
first time ever, which is
sorry for squealing in
crazy.
Your ear.
It's like dapper numbers. I don't even know what to do right now.
I think Sunday numbers would be the word.
Oh, right. So I don't have Sunday. Sunday is constantly hundreds. It's not that we don't appreciate you all, but like Sundays.
Let's see what you want to see what Roger thinks this random thing is.
Let's find out.
Is it a vagina?
The squids
and these magnetic fields are everywhere.
It's magnetic
fields. Now, light coming through this. Not only that, it's saturated. First of all, there's light particles everywhere. Not only that, there's these big things in space which create magnetic fields. And
is this in space? Is this an image of space? Is that what this is? Because we still don't know what this is, Roger. Why are you like this?
What am I looking at, Roger?
Particle.
It's got the white parts and the dark parts. They have to keep them apart, right? It's Roger's.
That field is going to slow down. So how can we test it? How can we test it?
What are you doing? What are we doing?
This is adorable. Are those boxing gloves coming from the sun and punching the earth?
So this is not the first time that I've seen Roger use this image. This is something he painted at a what are those things where you drink wine and you paint? This is something he created at one of those.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Oh, sip and paint. Yeah, I've done that.
He did this in a sip and paint. You can,
the earth is pretty good, I think, honestly.
Yeah, good job.
It's a great painting. But to put this on top of your monitor and talk about it as if it was like an actual thing that happened.
To scale?
When you're discussing anything scientific. I don't know. 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Roger is saying. What we need is to take from one of the space stations and shine a very, very precise laser with the exact frequency of light to a distant receiving station, which is one of these, whatever they got out there, and they may have to.
Yeah, it turns out it's not that easy. We don't have just like stuff out there that's like just ready to like receive laser pulses. We could probably do this though.
to shoot a rocket way out, way out. But even it doesn't even have to be that far away. If it's precise enough, and it's going, say, let's just use 100 frequency. All right, and by the time it hits wherever it's going to hit out here,
Oh my God.
the frequency is less.
There we go. Okay, finally, you got to the point eventually. Roger, the frequency of light and the speed of light are not the same thing. Light always travels at the same speed in a vacuum. If it changed in frequency, that would either show just a regular normal Doppler effect, in which case it didn't like actually change in frequency, because if they had been right next to each other, it would have been fine. Or you would have seen the same thing, rather. But
I know you're going on about stuff, but I'm just so stoked about the 100 viewers. I'm like, woo! I'm like tweeting about it, not tweeting it. What do you call it when it's on Blue Sky? I'm so proud of you, Maya. Oh my gosh,
we're
such a big deal.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it posting, because I don't know. I grew up in like the late 90s and like in the early 2000s when Little John was talking about skeeting. It was about jizzing on women's faces. So I just, I'm still like that little Catholic girl that can't just like.
Yeah.
I don't skeet.
Yeah. Can you skeet with quantum foam? But I cannot express to you how proud I am, because I've watched this channel grow and grow in viewership week after week. Every time I come, I mean, sometimes it goes up and down, but there's a continuous trend of people loving what you're doing here, what you guys are doing here. I love that you let me be part of it. I'm here about like once every month.
Yeah, you're here at least once a quarter.
Yeah, so I feel so proud of what we've accomplished here, what you've accomplished here, and bringing all these people together for some good laughs at some bad science. Maya, appreciate you. Good work.
Speaking of things growing, congratulations on proper treatment.
Proper treatment?
Mm-hmm.
Bree getting her HRT.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been on the patches, but the patches were not as effective as the injections. I'll just say that. I'm
Yep.
going through changes. Thank you for noticing.
Tap, did you time out Blessed Be He for saying Happy New Year?
No.
There was a lot going on in the chat.
Okay.
Not for that. I said for the thing that she said before.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just a little behind. I do want to thank you, Hooligan, for gifting us. It was 10 more cultists. And are we at our maximum now? Oh, looks like. But I do appreciate it. And to Daddy Alyssa's point, Squids, be sure to ask Dr. T about magnets. If you don't have a magnet question, be sure to spam magnet emojis. He loves that.
I am so angry right now that like I don't have the vocal range to express it, so I'm defaulting to a normal voice.
It's slowed its frequency down. Before it was spinning kind of fast, and then it slowed a little bit down. By the time it hit out there, it won't be the same frequency it started with. If we see that, we know that everything they did was wrong. Even right in our own galaxy, our own solar system here. No problem whatsoever. Light slowing.
We are able to detect the redshift of light when it goes from the bottom of a building to the top of the building. And it doesn't slow down when it does that, Roger. It's a gravitational effect. It's kind of like space expanding a little bit, sort of.
Look at this glorious magnet onslaught we're getting in the live chat. I freaking love it. I'm switching to my heart glasses because I love that. Yeah. Magnets. Magnets. He needs a minute.
Instantly as it's being emitted from the sun. It's a virtual instant slowdown because it has to travel through all this stuff. John Glenn saw this phenomenon.
Here we go. It's the freaking golden showers in low
All
orbit.
right.
This is what I've been waiting for this whole time.
We got low Earth orbit golden shower
In 1962, when he took off and went into space the first time, he saw what they call the fireflies. And he actually said how far away each particle was from each other, and they're flickering on and off like little fireflies going on and off. And I know why. I know exactly why he was seeing those fireflies. And he only saw them when he was either entering from the dark side or going into the dark and looking back. So enter.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I thought it was.
Oh no, he might actually be talking about the shadow of the Earth. That actually, maybe
coming from the dark side out.
Yeah,
he would see the fireflies in front of him.
So he's talking about his position to the side.
But when he went around to the other side and he was entering the darkness, he'd see the fireflies behind him. And here is the explanation. Okay, my friends, this is.
Let's do it. The fireflies.
Why are you going back to ChatGPT?
I love it. I love it. He's like ChatGPT can't be wrong. I just read to you guys a couple of minutes ago where it told us about the flavor of the quantum foam. So take ChatGPT with just a dash of salt, and don't use too much salt because it'll melt your quantum foam.
I feel like his ChatGPT and my ChatGPT would be very different ChatGPTs.
What does yours say about quantum foam?
Well, mine also.
What does it say about fireflies?
I don't know if he is using the. I don't know. Do the free versions allow you to have, background information and memories of past conversations?
Mine saves some memory.
Because mine does that fairly extensively, and it's very helpful because it I can just talk about stuff and it knows. Oh yeah, you probably want to know about a Mathematica function related to object-oriented programming, which is a contradiction.
Blessed be. I like to think of gravity as the displacement of space-time.
So gravity is magical space voodoo.
The Schwartz.
It's
Space voodoo. That's interesting.
That's all I got. It's
okay.
I had to give a clownly answer.
I need to get back to our golden showers, y'all.
BBH, you wouldn't recognize a good answer on that topic if I gave 20 of the best. And it's not my field, believe it or not.
This is crazy, but it's true. This is during John Glenn's historic flight in 1962. John Glenn observed what he described as fireflies outside the spacecraft. Small glowing particles appeared to float around his.
They must have been flickering too, because otherwise you wouldn't describe them as fireflies, I feel like.
Yeah.
Fireflies turn on and off.
Yeah, but they're not like Christmas lights flickering where they're strobing at you. They're just
no, not like that. No, they'd be be on and then they'd be off, and then you wouldn't be able to spot it again, unless it's a nearby one. But a firefly across the field, there's probably a bunch of them. You can't track an individual one.
Yeah, because they're here, and then it's here, and then it's here.
Yeah, and it could be any of them because there's a bunch of them. But if there's only one in the room with you, then you can totally track that little sucker.
Spacecraft as he orbited Earth. Here's what happened. This is John Glenn's observation. All right, as Glenn looked out of the spacecraft's window during his flight, he noticed tiny, bright, glowing particles surrounding the spacecraft. This is only at a certain place. Now, he described them as resembling fireflies glowing in the darkness of space. Fireflies flick on and off.
Okay, but not like strobing. Roger, but not strobing.
Seeing. Now, his initial thoughts.
Dude, couldn't you just read an interview with John Glenn about this? Why? This is categorically not the thing that you would use ChatGPT for.
Glenn was intrigued and momentarily uncertain about the origin of these particles. At first, he speculated whether fireflies might be a result of an extraterrestrial phenomena or some unique space effect. It was particles, it was dust, it was gases, it was all light, it's hitting those things. The explanation, now here's the explanation. After further analysis, NASA determined the firefly was actually small ice crystals. No, they weren't. They were particles of dust and so forth.
So to clarify real quick, Vandy is a physicist, I'm a cryptozoologist, and Maya is a psychic spy. So we are all qualified to do this. Jester, what are you? I don't even know what your credentials are.
I'm a deity.
Well, Maya's a deity too. So
Yeah.
Well, I
so
mean, there's
Extra
multiple. She
purified.
doesn't understand that though.
you're more of a trickster.
Mm.
Is that right?
True.
Okay.
So you might want to take. Well, no. So don't take anything I say with a grain of salt because I'm totally and completely above board.
For $2, Left-Handed Jedi says cosmic ray visual phenomenon or light flashes.
And look, if the cryptozoological literature disagrees with me, it's wrong. That's just the bottom line.
Exactly. I don't trust fund baby scientists.
I was gonna say that technically so if you scroll up,
Do you have any idea how many of those there are? And she wouldn't even know which, but I will bet she trusts like an Eric Hovind, which is tantamount.
well, okay, but she's saying that I'm a
Not to a
baby.
true scientist, but I mean, as far as like people who claim science.
I just want to like give her the confirmation bias that I am in fact a trust fund baby, and I do in fact think that I'm smart. And when it comes to physics, compared to you, I mean, that's not a high bar apparently. So
Top of the field.
That had broken off from the space.
Also, I'm a family legacy. I'm a Van de Graaff, okay? We're very fancy.
Listen, do you know who you're talking to, ma'am? Do you know who he is?
Those were likely water droplets or condensations. No, they weren't. They were the particles that fill space, the quantum foam. Legacy of the fireflies. Yeah, don't listen to NASA about anything. They are unbelievably incompetent. I'm telling you, this goes back way over 50 years.
That,
way
Vandy?
more than that.
You're incredibly incompetent.
I mean,
have you worked on NASA contracts before?
I was, yeah. So most of my, or at least at various points, a good chunk, probably most though, of my paycheck in graduate school ultimately came from NASA. Through grants.
So how can we trust anything you say at this point?
Because like I'm a doctor and I cannot be wrong because I am a doctor of doctorology. And
you need to get one of them stick things and then point to your credentials on the wall. You need to have your degree up.
I've had this now for multiple years and I still have not gotten a frame for it. This is my diploma. See, it's a real diploma, BBH.
Hey, Amber, thank you so much for supporting the show.
Tapioca weasels, doctors of Vandiology. Yeah, I mean, that seems credible to me.
That's a doctorate anti-magnetology too, which is like one of the most prolific fields, anti-magnetologist.
Very true.
Yeah. But how many awards in the field of anti-magnetology have you received, do you think?
I had my college paid for. Why should you trust me? What does the fact that
somebody's paying for everybody's college
for my own college mean that you can't trust me? Like, how are the two related? Are you suggesting that I didn't have to work at all? I worked very hard for my degrees, believe it or not.
Show her your dance moves, Vandy.
So How
Dance
many?
for your dinner.
Oh, what are they called? The thing you have to sign to get like your reverendship.
Like a divinity degree.
Like, well, the thing. Okay, you go to a Christian college and you get your science unaccredited science degree, and you tell them that you'll never say anything against Christianity with your science.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
that's
a
like
Kidhoven degree?
even places like BYU have scientists on the faculty who like are kind of definitely teaching stuff that's like counter to what they're supposed to.
All right,
Um,
for $2, Ember says fancy science weasels are the only way to Roger.
Roger that.
Spooky wants to know if you have $1 million you can spare.
No, I do not. And trust funds are not what you think they are. Trust me. Yeah, see what I did there? Yeah.
In fact, I was on Cocoa Beach that day. I watched that thing go off into space. My father was involved in metals and so forth, and I don't know whether he had to be down there or not, but we did go and watch that thing go off. I wasn't really that interested, but I was only, I don't know, 12, 14 years old.
12 and 14 famously ages when people are like, oh no, a giant rocket blasting off to send a cool space mission. Absolutely uninteresting. Like, if you were into like science and stuff at that age, it probably wasn't a thing that you were super into. You think that you're really into it, Roger. You're just not.
Now, it underscores the importance of astronaut observations, understanding the behavior of materials and systems in space. Yes, pay attention. The fireflies that Glenn saw during his flight turned out to be mundane phenomena, just ice particles. No, incorrect.
Piss particles.
Why?
All right, John Glenn is going around the Earth. Well, here's the Earth.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You ready? This work is really fun, though, guys. People out there, if you all ever want to just bathe in your own urine while floating through space and have it create atmospheric phenomena, because you're about to get bathed in that.
Who among us? Who among us, indeed?
Not me. I just want to clarify that.
All right, here's John Glenn right here, and he's looking out here as the sunlight is coming ahead of him, and he's seeing all these glowy particles.
Particles?
But once he gets into the sunlight and he's in here, he can't see them anymore because he's blinded by the light. Here, he's seeing all the particles in front of him lit up. Because that's what's happening here. That's not just glowing there for no reason. There's like particles of gases and dust and all kinds of things in here. Now, you can only see it from when he's in the darkness looking forward. And he says that, as I come around, I can look forward and see these particles. And he's gone a couple of times around. So it wasn't just stuff.
He was kind of busy being John Glenn on like the first American space mission.
Blasting around the low orbit, right? He was like...
Yeah, and like he didn't notice this until like the second orbit or something. I think they said, and it's like because honestly, it takes a little bit of time before looking out the window is like one of the main scientific goals. It definitely is. Like just looking out the window totally like is a thing that you need to do, but there's also like other probably like not dying related things that you have to do.
I mean, that would be optimal. I mean, I would think that not dying would be the bare minimum.
Minimum.
I mean, the Soviets didn't pull that off.
So Hooligan is contributing $5, hoping that some of it will make
Oh.
it toward you, so you can find the nearest dollar store to put your goddamn
Here's one drink.
frame.
Here's
Well-
one drink to Hooligan.
That's fair.
It's like a goddamn frame for your PhD. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's
You know what? I also want to drink to the Albert monkeys, to the monkeys of the Albert program that made space travel possible.
Vandy, they come in anti-glare too, so the light doesn't obscure your wonderful piece of paper.
I feel like I'm trying to pull a Jan Hall here, though. People just randomly found his Nobel Prize like in a folder amongst random other stuff when they were like cleaning an old lab of his one day.
All right, I just want to remind Blessed Be He that everyone here is purified because they're in my chat. My chat purifies the soul. So you can stop asking asinine questions like that and just be a big girl.
I am pure as fuck. Ask all the boys on Grindr. I show them. Look how pure I am.
Stuff that went with him originally, it would have been gone. So here he is, he's looking up and seeing this. Now, so he comes around and he's in the sunlight, so he can't see it. Now he comes all the way around here, and at this point, the sunlight, he's down here now. He's not.
That was
seeing
the
it go
Jezebel
up here,
spirit.
but he
I'm
looks
sorry.
back and he
So I just wanted to apologize. That was the Jezebel spirit that was upon me for a moment there. All right, we can continue
can see him
now.
glow. Oops, that's all he is seeing.
Drop the earth.
There's some gravity for your ass.
Atlas, he is not.
Yeah, you're
Is the
fired.
light from the sun on the edges of the sun. It goes this way and goes that
That's
way.
a
So you
different-
can see him out here.
The earth changed. He thought we wouldn't notice. He thought we wouldn't notice.
You know what he is? He is a witch.
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 Indeed.
You can see him here, but there's nothing behind here because it's.
Does
being
he
blocked
float
by the
like a
sun.
duck?
Very, very simple concept.
I mean, yeah, probably.
We'll have to dunk him
But you
and
have to
find out.
understand the
Yes.
And then even if he doesn't, like, he probably deserved it anyway. So
The weasel's problem is solved.
Oh, the Jezebel spirit has left me. I'm good.
BBH, I've tried so hard to get you to like me in the past, and like just nothing, absolutely nothing.
He got a special wig just for you, like specifically for you, because
I did.
you were a fan of the show, and he got it specifically for you, and you still treat him like crap. So
I leaned into the joke and everything, and you're just
you're still
consistently
bitter.
obnoxious. So, you know.
Bree just called you an old bitter bitch. Maybe it's time to calm down a little.
I love that she always hates on Vandy, and Vandy
It is,
the
yeah.
only reason she's here.
Is that next week's guest I see in the side chat?
This is the first time I haven't
Dr. Ben?
been equally.
Yes.
I don't see Dr. Ben.
Dr.
Maybe I'm not that far down. But did Dr. Ben rate us? Oh, okay. I see Dr. Ben. Hi, Dr. Ben.
Hey, Ben. They're probably done with they were doing a Hanukkah stream. Fun stuff.
Everybody, I don't know. Can I get one of the mods to like show Dr. Ben? He'll be here next week. And normally I don't like to show out people that aren't being featured this week. But since we have a Jester and Jester doesn't have a show, we can show next week's guest a little early. So Dr. Ben has been done with his clinicals or whatever you call it. What do you call doctor clinicals?
Well, I know that that Ben's in this holding pattern at work right now, which is annoying.
Yeah, trying to get.
Out of him.
I know Ben's trying to get credentialed because he just got a new job. And congrats, Ben!
Yeah.
Very exciting. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. Anyway, next year he'll be on the first show of the year. So we are
Yes.
really excited about that and can't wait. And hopefully my voice will be back by then. We'll be doing sciencey science stuff.
Sciencey. The best kind of science.
The best kind of science.
All right, let's go, Roger. What do you got for us? Come on, bring that space piss on.
Particles in space is saturated. So all they have to do is send a very, very
The particles in space are saturated, dude. Like that's the opposite of what space is.
precise.
Oh wait, okay. So now you can dazzle BBH with your science knowledge. What is a black hole, Dr. Weasel?
So if you do a little bit of introspection and you look at your grasp of this topic, you've got it.
Yeah. I mean,
Laser.
where's the lie?
Yeah, she got herself.
I figured I'd do something a little bit more creative than normal. So,
are we having volume issues?
The video is quieter than I would like. I put it all the way up.
Okay, because I can mess with my volume settings. I
I
can go way up higher, but
whoa! Don't do that.
I think it would be. I think the biggest problem is likely that the video is quiet, which means we would all want to be like quiet.
I want to be.
If you take that second panelist, you can probably lower their volume, and everybody will be happier.
You've been pretty quiet tonight anyway, Jester. Come on, where's that trickster sense of humor I want to hear?
I am incredibly polite and don't overtalk people.
Oh, you got to do that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, especially when you're not on screen, you don't have any nonverbal cues to like figure out when you want to speak. So,
right. I mean,
you gotta butt in.
Yeah, you can't expect other people to just be like courteous.
Yeah, we should be better at that, but yeah.
Look, I'm a Midwesterner.
We're all Jester. We're all everybody on this panel is from Illinois.
I know originally. That's true, but like all my family came from like the farms. So I was raised like you wait till everybody else is done talking and then you're allowed to talk if they let you.
Well, yeah, like that's like the end of the stream.
But Roger is never done talking, so you always have to butt in. When Roger says something stupid that you want to comment on, you have to say it because otherwise we'll move right past it and you won't get a chance. And I like when you make me laugh, Jester. So
okay,
don't be afraid to butt in.
I'm working on it.
All right, we give you permission to interrupt.
Place to another as far as they can in the local area and see, does it change at all? And it will change. I can almost absolutely positively guarantee you of that because instantly it's going to be banging into things. And I would think it's going to slow down to at least some degree, depending upon the preciseness of the instruments they have.
How would you even know how to evaluate the preciseness of the instruments that we had? Like the way that all of the numbers that I could give you for how precise a frequency of a laser, all of that rests fundamentally on some of these what you think are assumptions but aren't. They're building blocks that are exceptionally well supported in a variety of ways, both from a myriad of individual specified like experiments to test individual aspects of the theory, and also from the fact that much more complicated theories that rely on these basic principles work to describe much more complicated things. Like, is it all an accident Is it all an accident? And it turns out that the things we think are true aren't true. It's just a bunch of other stuff that ends up all lining up. Maybe. And if so, fucking bring receipts. But I doubt it.
Real quick. So the Sinister Porpoise just re-upped her cult membership for 7 months. So I do want to thank her.
Did you do it?
I am a Kwisatz Haderach. I'm assuming that's how that is pronounced.
Tinverification? How do we pronounce that?
Yes! Take the shot, mods. Take the shot.
So somebody
Can
wants
you
BBH timed out for 10 minutes, mods.
Yeah, no, PC was on that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So
Of course she was. She's the greatest shot.
oh yeah, no, she's probably like reminding people. It's like, hey, anybody got a 10 spot? How about how about
She's out there
$18?
with plenty of space. She probably practices shooting too.
Indeed she does.
I think it never slows down. That's insanity. And it just really is insanity.
For the record, light absolutely does slow down in stuff. Okay? But like when it goes into water, it slows down by like 33%. When it goes into glass, it depends on the glass, but it typically slows down by a little bit more than that. This is why glasses work. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about space. So
The entire universe is saturated with the quantum foam. It's not going to slow down. It's not going to just keep going. All right, look at this. This is what happened with Glenn. You got the Earth here.
what the hell is this? What is this? What is on the screen?
And all
It's
the
a
particles
ball.
of sunlight are coming.
Wait,
They're
and
hitting all
you
kinds-
know that Roger loves balls.
Balls?
It's a ball. He has a ball in his hand. He loves that.
Is this the third ball, or is that the dark blue ball again? Because it looks like a silver metal ball,
Look.
but I think it's actually the dark
Here,
blue black.
listen to me.
Maya, I
loves-
can't do that.
Roger loves balls. He has a ball in his hand, and he wants you to look at it.
I would love to look at Roger's balls daily.
That's exactly
That's
what's
a metal
going on.
ball. Do you think
Nightly.
it's magnetized?
And ever so rightly.
I'm back. Sorry, I keep having to get refills of my alcohol because Roger is making me I drink.
Bree, you have to drink enough for both of us because I'm not allowed.
What?
Yeah.
Rude.
I'm sober.
Oh, congratulations on being sober.
I mean,
I don't-
yeah, I hear that, like, God. All right. I mean, whatever gets you through the stream.
It's health issues, so
Yeah.
Sure.
The
I mean,
fact that you make-
I drink for my health during the stream, but
The fact that
I
you're
hear
making
you.
it through this with no alcohol, Jester, is an
Wow.
incredible feat
proof
for
of
me.
my insanity.
Yeah, because this is for my mental health while I
I'm
watch.
just saying though, like, why would you do this sober? Like, if I'm drunk, at least I can, like, the brain cells are like, no, you're mishearing this. Nobody really thinks this shit. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the alcohol. That's right. Try to do the sober. It's just like the neurons just don't fire in that pathway.
Man,
Maya, what time is it?
Shot. Is
and
that
49.
We are like an hour less into the show than I thought we were.
No, we have a whole 40 more minutes of this. Isn't it great?
Okay,
We'll make
so Chat, I never like explicitly agreed to do this show. Maya just made me.
Yeah, you don't get a choice.
But
This
that's
is
like every
reparation.
show.
Can you explain
and
reparations to the
every show. I mean,
uninitiated?
the whole show, Maya. Every episode. I never signed up for this. We never
Mhm.
signed a contract. You were just like, "Hey, we're doing this next week, okay?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, yes, Maya."
Maya, there's a lot. There's 90 people here.
Times to get that.
90? Yeah, there are 90 people here who just
So-
heard him say, I get to keep all the money. I
We
love
also
it.
just
So,
totally overtalked Jester.
I just wanted to clarify to Maya, since she just went on that rant, that she needs to explain reparations to the uninitiated in the audience who are just now getting here and coming into the lore.
Oh,
Jester,
yeah.
I'm so sorry for stepping on you.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. Jester was talking first. I should let him finish that.
I mean, I was being kind of rude. I told Vandy I recall that he kissed Maya's ass a few times to get that far onto this channel.
Oh, I know what's good.
He almost got banned from my very first live stream. That was awesome.
He's been banned. He's been banned from every single one of your live streams. What are you talking about? Multiple times.
Like, being kicked.
He's not banned from my D&D campaign.
Temporarily banned. I mean, come on now.
I have no idea what you're even talking about. That's never even happened before.
And to be clear,
Yeah, I mean, I think she's talking about this.
yeah, when you just yoink him out, he's temporarily banned. He's banished.
Banished.
Oh.
So for $2,
No,
Sinister Porpoise says,
right.
this stream is still less painful than Terrence Howard's math. And I am going to learn to talk one day. And probably not, because I have to drink so goddamn much to get through these Roger streams.
Roger and Terrence Howard need to sit down together and just have a long conversation and record it.
So I hear that Derek's trying to get not Terrence, who's the other fucker? Billy Carson on his channel.
Oh.
Which would be hilarious.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Hey, a little before, Kennedy was saying that they're always too shy to ask questions in the chat. So I'm gonna put him on the spot here and ask, is it thylacoleon? Am I saying it correctly?
Oh,
thylacoleon.
Yeah.
I always say it's thylacoleon.
We actually did. So he said that Dapper was the only person that pronounced his name correctly. And so we had Dapper on the show, and Dapper said, this is how I pronounce it. And I'm like, okay, I'm totally going to try to pronounce that or remember that. And the following week it was gone. So
if it's not, if thylacoleon's not calling it not going by thylacoleon and not pronouncing it that way, I'd say they're pronouncing it wrong. That's just my opinion, though.
No, it was great. It was a whole 5 minutes of like us talking about how to pronounce this name.
I mean, I remember it. I want to know.
No, he hates it
you
too.
You never hear yourself properly, so I had to ask.
Thanks for that.
See, I think that BBH puts like those compliments to me in there so they don't get deleted, because like people are my friends and like, oh, she's calling Bree sexy. I don't want to delete that. But if someone's insulting my friend and complimenting me, they're insulting me too. Because these people that are around me right now are like my bestest friends in the whole world. So be nice to them. I don't care how hot you think I am.
If you're not insulting me, I question our friendship.
So yeah, I know. All right, so BBH, for the record, this is Bree telling you not to be such a rancid bitch. Also me. Yeah. Try it out. See how it works. Maybe less people would hate you. Who knows?
Victoria's correct. That is the proper way to pronounce everything.
Victoria.
All right, Doc, was that enough of a what do you call it? Cleansing?
Sidebar?
Yeah, what do you call it? A palate cleanser for you to like hit the play button?
Do it!
These are things in here. Well, when he comes around the sun, around the earth, and he starts heading into the darkness, where the Earth blocks the sun's light. He gets into the darkness. He looks back and he can see these things lit up. He can't see them while he's in the midst of them. But once he goes this way and looks back, he can see them. They say, oh, that's because he had a vent.
Wait a second. There's another person there. There's another. So we're seeing both of Roger's hands. There's a third party in the room.
What do you mean?
So there. Oh no! Damn, it's his glasses. Never mind. I thought someone was holding a mirror.
That's his head.
Damn it! I was like, who is this other person? I thought there's a mystery person.
It would have only.
Wait, no, we wanted to know. See, we have a goal on this channel, and our goal is to eventually set up Roger and Gina.
Yeah, like
you have to start talking in his chat to do that. Like,
I'm going to get banned so fast if I talk in his chat.
Oh, come on! All right,
I bend over backwards to be nice to people. BBH, prime example, doesn't work. BBH, prime example.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. You can't see them all. There's in the midst of them.
Cultists, you have your mission. Go forth.
But once he goes this way and looks back, he can see them. They say, oh, that's because he had a vent and urine and all that stuff would go out through the vent. Well, guess what? He can also see him as he was coming forward. So that totally negates that theory that.
What? Except for you changing the direction the light's coming from. So yeah, he can't see it when he looks forward, but when he looks towards the light, where the light's refracting off the urine droplets, he can see it.
Also, like, it's a cloud of like droplets of stuff that gets like expelled and then kind of hangs out around the spacecraft. Like, as you go around, you might see little droplets that you didn't see 30 minutes ago. But because they're still like in the general vicinity, you don't spray them out at super high velocities, because if you do that, suddenly that's a source of thrust that you have to keep in track of. So you don't want to do that unless you're using it for thrust. But you use thrusters for thrust. You don't use the toilet for thrust. Hopefully.
It was stuff that he was looking through. He could see them in back, yes. He could see all these particles.
Okay, real quick,
particles in space, not in
Hey, real quick, yeah. Native wants to tell Bray how sexy she looks in his glasses for $10.
Thank you, Native Atheist. You're adorable. Thank you for the $10. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
I feel like I should like show some like like.
Well, no, he didn't say you look sexy in your glasses.
I know. I'm just you see what I was able to pull off. Yeah.
Seriously though, look what estrogen did to me. Look at that.
Estrogen is wonderful.
Woo!
Thank you, estrogen.
I can't believe it. I never thought I'd get here. I thought I was too old to experience these kind of changes to my body. So thank you for noticing.
Better living through chemistry.
Exactly.
And everything else. And
want everybody to have this opportunity. So support trans rights, support freaking, all that good stuff. Come over to the trans positions and we'll talk about it more. Let's get back to Roger, though.
Particles. And because he could look forward and see the same things. So he wasn't passing through the stuff that was going out the back. Totally negates that theory. So let's see what it does say about him. Again, history archives. Give him a thumb up, and please start giving me thumbs up if you remember, if you can. Do it when you start, and then if you don't like it, take it off. No.
In case that didn't come through, what Roger was suggesting was sound advice, which is that you should smash that like button. And then later, if you don't want to smash that like button, fine, but you should smash the dislike button then. Either of them are better than doing nothing.
Yeah. Here we go.
See that hand? Check this out, everybody in the chat. See that hand gesture that he's making? That John Glynn's making? It's actually a secret. It's a secret Tabuco Weasel cult membership hand signal, and there's actually a symbol for it down hidden below. And if you click it, something exciting happens. So if you look around on your screen right now, there should be a symbol that looks kind of like this on your screen somewhere. And if you click on it, it's very, very, very exciting. Okay.
It will bring me demonetizable amounts of pleasure.
On Glenn's spaceflight, 1962. It's only 1 minute and 36 seconds. This is what he had to say about the Fireflies.
John Glenn's historic spaceflight aboard the Friendship 7 on February 20th, 1962, holds
So this feels like a video that's voiced by ChatGPT.
a special place in U.S. history. As Glenn orbited the Earth, something unexpected and magical caught his attention. Looking out the spacecraft's window during his second orbit, he witnessed his surroundings adorned with thousands of tiny, glowing lights. Amazed, Glenn described the sight to Mission Control as being surrounded by a big mass of thousands of very small particles that are brilliantly lit up like they're luminescent. At the time, neither Glenn nor NASA understood the phenomenon. Speculations of
I doubt it was it this? Probably not.
extraterrestrial encounters might have crossed some minds, but Glenn himself believed in a more miraculous explanation.
Did he?
However, the truth behind these celestial fireflies was more down to earth, or rather, out of this world.
You know,
Golden showers. I keep focusing on the pee, but it's like condensation and sweat and everything. But the pee is the funniest part.
I mean, your kink is not my kink, but your kink is fine.
Let's back. Hold on here. If you want to find out my kinks, go ahead.
The spacecraft Glenn was aboard had a vent designed to expel his bodily fluids, such as sweat and urine, into space. As these liquid droplets were ejected into the vacuum, they instantaneously froze into small particles. When sunlight hit these frozen droplets at just the right angle,
You know what's cool? They actually froze. They boiled until they froze.
That is
Because
amazing.
That's how water behaves in a vacuum. Is it just starts boiling because its boiling point and its like freezing point are the same point.
they glowed like thousands of minutes.
Oh, I don't know if that's like the term, but if you pump down water with a vacuum pump, it will start to boil while its temperature plummets, and eventually, like, the most stable form tends to be like ice. You might be able to get some liquid because the vapor pressure doesn't necessarily drop all the way to zero, but it drops really low.
So I have a question about, like, is that something that we'd be able to replicate in a lab? Can we
Yeah.
can we freeze water that quickly?
Yeah. So you can do a lot of fun things with water. The one that probably a lot of us have experienced are if you put a good, like, pure enough bit of water, which is not in, like, I've accomplished this by filling a plastic bottle up with tap water many times. And you put that in the freezer and you wait until it's definitely, like, it's not still cooling down. It's at its temperature. And you pull it out, it's still liquid. And then you tap it on the counter and it freezes. Or sometimes you wait until you open it and then you start to drink it and it, like,
I've seen that, and it freezes
on your lip a little bit.
I've seen that. Like,
Yeah, and not all of it freezes, because freezing is an exothermic process that releases heat. But the thing goes from being like it's a bunch of water that is below the freezing point to being mostly ice with a bunch of, like, water interspersed that took up the extra, heat generally.
we're actually, I'll tell you what, you said that we're not through this as much as you thought we were going to be, but we're way further into this video than I thought we were going to get.
Yes, sir.
I thought that there was so much in that first, like, 2 or 3 minutes of what Roger was saying, and I knew you were
Yeah.
going to have
Yeah,
to.
we rarely make it 14 minutes into a stream.
It took half an hour and still hadn't reached the 3-minute mark, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna be here a while."
Well,
Yeah.
we don't do that.
I know.
We don't finish.
The longest we ever go, like we've gone 3 hours before, but
I know the show. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
we're like a bride on a honeymoon. We rarely finish.
the person who ends up starting getting antsy is me because I'm very non-resilient.
Miniature celestial fireflies, creating a captivating spectacle. This discovery provided a scientific explanation for Glenn's mesmerizing encounter. It highlighted the intriguing ways in which seemingly mundane phenomena could manifest in extraordinary circumstances. John Glenn's observation of these luminescent particles, initially dubbed John Glenn's fireflies, adds another fascinating chapter to the story of humanity's exploration of space.
Yeah, they don't pay attention to the reality of it. He's looking forward and seeing them when he's in the darkness. The
Hey, can you
sunlight's
stop for
coming
just
down.
a second? I have to. This is deleted, and mods, I respect you, but I have to know what the hell this means. So BBH says the Bible told you of His light and life, the helium and hydrogen within you. Carbon condemns you to this maternal realm.
Carbon is a 6. Carbon has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons.
Oh, wait. And so what's the
I'm
helium?
guessing. I actually don't know.
No. I don't know if we did that on here or if it was just
Right.
a different
I
video
feel
I
like
watched. But yeah, no, something about carbon being the 666. I have to find another video for that
they
for
are
another
all.
week.
By
'Cause
far, the most common isotope is 666. Yeah.
that is awesome. No, we're gonna have to showcase that one week because that's gold. But helium and hydrogen are better than carbon. Have you heard that one, Bree? You go through a lot of this.
Helium and hydrogen. So we're taking the top 2 points of the periodic table and saying these ones are the best, and then working our way down. Is that what we're doing? Because I'll tell you what, carbon is the most useful element in the universe. I mean, everything binds with carbon.
No, it's not useful. I thought you said abundant. Yeah. It's
no,
not
useful.
It's
everything combined with it.
Useful is such a subjective standard, but yes.
From an anthropocentric perspective, carbon has been the most useful element to the human species and to the development.
There is a reason that there's an entire branch of chemistry devoted specifically to the chemistry of carbon compounds, organic chemistry. Mm-hmm. No other atom has this. Sometimes people talk about silicon. Silicon does not have this at all. Like at all. So.
Yakub created the carbon atom by removing the brown germs. Did you know that? Oh yeah, you better hit that exactly. That's the way I'm taking that too. Carbon is a slut, according to my undergrad chemistry. I love that. I love that carbon's a slut.
I mean, it kind of is, though.
Yeah, of course carbon is. I think carbon is essential to life. That's why it's so silly when they create like science fiction. I get why they do it, where they have like silicone-based life, because anywhere where there's carbon, there's no reason to have silicone-based life, like at all. If there's carbon, there's carbon pretty much everywhere.
Life comes from hydrogen and helium.
I mean, I wanted to take on the helium part and just theorize that if you inhale enough helium, like from the balloon to make your voice all squeaky and stuff, if you inhale enough of that, you actually get really, really, really lightheaded and pass out, and you can die, so don't do that. But it is apparently a great way to meet your god.
Dying? Well, yeah. The only one we know of so far.
Of course, if you really want to meet your goddess, just send a super chat, and Maya will respond.
Yeah. I mean, I'll respond. I don't know if I'll meet you, but I'll certainly
I
respond.
will say I sent a super chat, and I got to spend a luxurious weekend in St. Louis with Maya. So I'm not saying that'll happen for you, but I'm not saying that it won't happen because it happened for me.
The way it went for me was I sent Maya a bunch of super chats and stuff, and she has a restraining order.
Yeah. It also worked that way for Vandy though. So I
Yeah.
did. I've sent super chats and comments and stuff, and Vandy actually came to my home and played.
Oh, that's so high.
We got so baked. We really did. And we played
We
the
tried to
spirit
kill
chords.
me. Yeah, it was so fun.
We tried to kill you? What?
Jenny's here.
Junie, hey, beautiful.
Shit.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
Down and you can see them all glowing here. That's not passing through his urine. That's passing through the dust that's being illuminated by the sunlight.
The
As
dust was his urine, bro.
I like the way you said
the
urine.
earth. So he can see him going past this way. He looks back and sees him, but he can see him in front of him too. When he's in the darkness, both ways. Just as he's hitting the edges.
Bro, bring up the other graphic, okay? Like, when you say the edges, all we see is John Glenn's face. Like, I don't think
What are you talking about, Roger? We don't.
He's talking about. Fuck.
I know he's talking about space
It was
urine.
a while ago. He's talking about this. If you look at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. He's trying to like show when like the thing went by, but
he's talking about refraction and thinking that he can't have
thing.
He can't have his urine particles in front of him because he hasn't been there yet. Is what he's claiming, even though we're going around the Earth. But whatever.
He's telling us about his dream to get a golden shower from Glenn here.
Yeah,
right.
Clearly, what this is.
He is an American hero. Okay, so if there was somebody you're going to get a golden shower with and be a patriot, you can do a lot worse than Glenn.
Yeah, like Jordan Peterson, not even an American.
Yeah. And Jordan Peterson believes in the Chinese milking machines or whatever.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny. He shared that on Twitter.
So for $6.66, Left-Handed Jedi says, I got my restraining order. Thanks, Maya. I'm going to frame it with the others.
Wait, was it for me? Is this another city I have to stay away from? Not even able to fly into Baltimore.
No.
Maya's sending out a restraining order.
Yeah.
Left-handed.
Yes. That's for all the super chats, because Jedi, again, is not independently wealthy and does not have disposable income to send me. No more super chats for you.
666, though. I mean, there's a significance there.
We do love you, though, and people should send those lightsabers in the chat in honor of
100%.
And then when we got Mark Reed out here saying lurk, 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 all I can think is banga, banga, banga.
Banga, banga, banga.
Banga, banga.
This is real coming. People let me on their show, though, because I shill.
No, because we love you, obviously.
He's hitting the edges. He's coming either into the darkness looking black, or he's in the darkness looking forward. Same thing. Totally wrong about what NASA says. Okay.
Bro, the guy, I mean, NASA says what he says. He was on the goddamn ship.
He's the guy. He's literally the guy.
This is like saying... what did he even say? It was
this is like saying, well, John Booth said that when he was behind Lincoln that this happened. And I mean, like, but I don't know.
For $6.66, Eric says the super chat is made of pure carbon.
He
Sorry.
either into the darkness looking black or he's in the darkness looking forward. Same thing. Totally wrong about what NASA says.
Totally wrong about what NASA says. That's like saying that Neil Armstrong is totally wrong about what NASA says. In fact, this is possibly like the second most obvious example after Neil Armstrong.
You know what? And
I'm fucking glad. Jesus Christ.
What about Buzz?
Jim was about to get offended. Jim was about to get offended, but she was not here when Roger was talking about keeping the black ones away from the white ones.
Yeah, no, he totally did say that. Actually,
yeah, he totally did.
Sure.
He did.
I'm gonna say thank you to Jillian real quick.
We should also do another black hoe.
Black hoe.
Jillian, thank you so much for clarifying that it wasn't urine. Though the low orbit golden showers may seem hilarious, I'll accept you. I believe you over Roger there wasn't urine involved in that dump. So, but I'll still laugh at low orbit golden showers, which was coined by our one and only Dr. Tapioca Weasel.
I mean, I basically should get a Nobel Prize in literature for my insights in these shows.
This word's going to be added to Webster's of many words coined by Dr. Tapioca Weasel on this podcast. So if you're missing out, you're missing the new vocabulary, the vocabulary of the future. So hit the bell. And then when you hit it again, it'll have the little things around it. Those are magnetic waves. Now, when you hit those, that'll trigger Dr. Tapioca Weasel to come into your home. So be careful.
I'm going to come into your home, okay?
You already did. You already did. Not in a naughty way, but we'll work on it.
Either into the darkness looking black or he's in the darkness.
Into the darkness looking black, or he absolutely said that. You're not wrong.
All right, let's I'll get mad now.
Looking forward.
Roger, I'm pretty sure he's an unashamed racist. He comes off as this like really like, you know, innocent old man, but he's really Jesus-y and he's a rubber. Just saying.
I mean, the whole I'm maxed out on my like red flags with Roger.
I'm still over the moon about our 100 viewers that we popped. 111, 110. Oh, breaking over 110 is freaking amazing, Maya. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to see it on your YouTube statistics. I just want to see that spike. Thank you so much, President Sunday. I just gotta keep harping on that. But
oh my God,
groundbreaking, groundbreaking, girl.
No, I do appreciate Sunday greatly. He knows we were thanks to, I don't know if your hooligan is still here, but I was on a debate stream with on your hooligan's channel.
Yes, I remember
with
that.
Sunday and
Ozian was there. I remember
that. Talking about sus motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm not a
this isn't a drama stream. The important thing is that Sunday actually had like a really bad toxic debate stream the day before that. So I was part of the stream that made them feel better about life in the world. So glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, you make me feel better about life too, sis.
Yeah, we're all happy. The world's a better place since Bree's in it.
Like, the world's a better place with Maya in it.
Why are you gifting memberships? You know that we're maxed out.
Are we?
Yeah, I can maxed out earlier. All right, now we got to love on Jillian. She forgot why she's here. Jillian, because you are the answer to life, the universe, and everything. If you aren't here, we're all nihilist.
I said thank you to you just a moment ago, Jillian. We wouldn't have had that correction if it wasn't for you, beautiful. So stay awesome.
Stay awesome, my friend.
Rock candy mammoth.
Totally wrong about what NASA says. Okay, I guess I'll leave it at that. Don't forget now, it went over $9 billion over budget. And that's just up to 2021. I don't know what they're up to now.
These things always go over budget.
And this Webb telescope is not seeing what they're seeing. They're just deluding themselves. They I
Roger
can't
says so.
imagine.
What do you mean it's not seeing what we're seeing? It's like it. You focus it. You use a bunch of stuff to focus it, using stuff that you know what it's supposed to look like, and you get all the little mirrors and stuff aligned and all that, and then you point it at the other stuff. And it shows you galaxies. Like it shows you stuff that is recognizable that we have seen before, except further away and more awesome than we've ever seen before because it's a big ass mirror.
Big ass.
He doesn't love a big ass.
Like whatever.
Yeah, I was doing the weasel.
Do the weasel. Oh, sorry. Let me wait. Okay, do the weasel.
It's like this.
I just
Yeah.
flail.
When you rant, it's what you do, babe. Yeah, you're like,
I love it.
You're
Okay.
right. No, that is truth. What happened to Jester?
sometimes you can get up. Jester's still here. I see him anyway.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Your wish
It
your
did
mic was
vanish for a
muted, and then I
second.
was just like, yeah. Okay,
I
we're good.
I
I'll
was
try
saw-
with the world.
For a moment too. So
Being a physicist and not understanding it, light slows down. So, like I said, all they have to do is go from one, as distant as they can, with an exact frequency of laser, pick it up over here, and see if you're picking up the exact same frequency. If you are, well, maybe light does go at one speed, but I don't think so.
We do. I mean, we do
That's-
do that, but you have to, like, if you shoot it up out of a gravitational well, it's going to be redshifted. If you shoot it down into a gravitational well, it's going to be a little bit blue shifted. But, like, you can do these at, like, horizontally, and yeah, it's the same.
is blue shifted the fastest
Oh, my
wavelength?
God.
Can you clarify for me? Blue shift. So blue shift is the fastest wavelength. I know red shift is the slowest. I know that, but which one's the fastest? I thought it mattered what the media was or what it was traveling through. No, don't check on me.
How fast does green light go?
It always goes at the same speed in a vacuum.
In a vacuum?
In a vacuum. But he thinks there is no vacuum because it's quantum foam.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know
Well,
what
it's
quantum
going
foam is. Like, that's not what it
through
is.
the phone.
I'm sorry, bro.
I thought at first that quantum foam was like, oh gosh, did any of you
Oh,
ever read
no.
Artemis Fowl? And they had that, like, you get into a car accident and the foam goes off and just like everybody gets cemented into space, but they can breathe because the foam is so porous.
I remember that from Demolition Man.
I don't remember that from
Oh,
Artemis
that's
Fowl.
true. Demolition Man has that too.
But I want to clarify with Dr. Tapio. So red light means stop. So slower, you slow down and stop. And then the yellow light, you're disagreeing with me about this. And I know I took this test when I was 16 to get my driver's license. I absolutely know what I'm talking about. The red is the slowest, then the yellow, and then the green, right? And the blue.
Only if you're a conformer, okay? If you decide to say the law doesn't apply to me, any color can meet any speed.
Depends on what country you're in, right? Where's the blue light at?
Not with that attitude.
I do what I want, Dr. Tapioca Weasel.
For $10, Jake, insert clever dapper dino inside joke here. Nelson says, "Hey everyone, take a second to notice every name you recognize from another chat. It's no mistake. We're all here. Support these creators." Seconded.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We need to get through more of this video, I guess.
I mean, we don't need to do anything. We're our own people.
There's that.
You're right. We don't need to do
more
shit.
content.
We
You
have
good
like 5
Rodri?
minutes left.
Rogering with a good feather. Do you feel Rogered?
What?
We
All
can,
right. Hey, everybody. There's like, oh my God, we have 69 people still watching. That's
Nice.
hot.
Giggity.
That's hot.
Thank
I
you
have
for being
76
here.
likes. All right. Well, 3 of you need to hit the like button then.
Yeah, what's up with that? What are you trying to
Okay,
do?
okay.
4. I know there's still 4 people out there. We can get this up to 80. Round it out.
You got something to prove by not hitting that like button? Come
I
on
know.
now.
What the fuck?
Are you a right? Listen, there's a poll that says, yes, I'm a ride or die titty mobster. Who wouldn't want to be able to click that button? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who among us does not want to be a ride or die titty monster or mobster? Mobster.
Mobster.
It's almost like there's something like you're the outsider, like you're the aberration out there. People, come on, you don't want to be
Wow.
that.
But all right, you know what? We're gonna start with Jester. Jester, what the fuck?
I didn't do it. It was that other guy.
Hey,
So yeah, I got my New Year's Eve background going on here. I tell everybody Happy New Year. Next, well, you know what? We'll get it. I'll talk about next week and afterwards because Jester, are you doing anything? Are you going to be on any of the things? Doing any of the things or anything
I
this week?
don't know. I've continuously been getting Joe saying, "Hey, come to this," and then I don't show up for reasons, and so
Oh, you can't do that.
I'm terrible at scheduling my life because I don't get to.
All right. Bree, I know you have shit coming up this week.
yes, I do. I have that bit. The main thing that's got coming up next week is this the transpositions on Thursday
Mm-hmm.
because there was been some activity within the Freedom from Religion Foundation, which all of us are familiar uh, with that impacts trans people, and I want to showcase a bit of what that's all about and let you all decide if Jerry Coyne is a POS. And we're also going to celebrate his departure along with Richard Dawkins, among others, from the FFRF. So we're going to celebrate that and celebrate bring in the New Year's with that. And then next Saturday, as always, I'll be back with you live from the Hive on a Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. We'll debunk some cryptid nonsense, some conspiracy theories, and then we'll look at some cute animals. Is how we roll every Saturday morning. So come check it out.
Doc, are you doing anything ever again?
No, probably not. I don't know. I don't actually have any plans for anything other than this show currently. Although I may. That's not true. Tomorrow night, Grayson is doing a thing.
I said that wrong. I said recovering from religion. I keep saying that too. It's FFRF, Freedom from Religion Foundation. I had that backwards. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Grayson Hawk is doing a thing tomorrow. And I might show up for that.
Wait, I had a question. Because Dr. Ben was talking about something happening with FFRF. Was Dawkins kicked out? No, he was kicked out a while ago. What happened recently?
So the other day they posted
Jerry Cohen's transphobic rant is a blog post, and people complained, and it's full of pseudoscience and misappropriated citations, like really badly misappropriated citations, like trying to convince people that trans women are sex offenders and things like that. We will break this open on the transpositions.
Okay, so those are related.
Yes.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Why? I don't understand this. I just really don't understand this. Like, why, we have more evidence that, like, priests and clergymen are sex offenders, and it's just kind of like an inside joke. They don't go, like, nobody goes as hard on actual sex offenders as they do the trans community. And
Well, it's funny because it's a miscited statistic, because if being trans is a sex crime in public, if being in public spaces and being trans is a sex crime, like in a women's washroom, women's bathroom, women's locker room, if existing in public spaces is a sex crime, it's not a surprise that trans women in the system have a more substantial amount of being convicted of sex crimes. That makes sense. If being trans in public is a sex crime, then if you are trans in public, you're going to get convicted of a sex crime. It's simple. It's just like it's the same kind of statistic. What do they call it? What's the 1350 or something like that? What people say about black people committing all the crime. It's like,
right, yeah.
if black people are prosecuted and put into the system more often than other people, then
But that's not even
go
happening with
represented.
trans people. This is insane to
No.
me.
It's crazy. We're not, like, as far as I know, we're less likely to commit crimes in general. Just in general.
And
But
you know,
I mean,
and
I've heard of
actually,
two.
yeah. I'm sorry, Jester. What were you saying?
I've heard of 2 crimes total committed by trans people. And considering that every time somebody in such a minority does something, the right wing makes sure you know about it,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's pretty much our statistic right there.
Right. No, and I think I don't think that this is this should be overlooked. There are a lot of people. I mean, like, even with a TYT, I think that a lot of this was them trying to play both sides to see, well, no matter who wins, we're going to make sure that we get to
TYT,
keep, that we get
Jake
to keep our
Huger
money.
Jake Huger wants to fucking have drinks with Nazis after the debate. He
Yeah.
said that in his debate
Yep.
with Francesca. Fuck that guy.
No, yeah, fuck that guy in particular. And solidarity with all marginalized groups. Like, holy shit, this is insane. I can't even imagine what it's like. I mean, I know how I feel as a Black person and a woman, but to be trans, Ukrainian, Palestinian,
Mexican.
but yeah, I mean, Jewish even, like, and not Israeli, like Jewish, in America, like it's insane. There's I don't know. We're not a political show, but like, if there's something that you're going through, know that we stand with you and we support you, and everything that's going on right now. I mean, it's bullshit. We have the numbers, we have the strength. We need to focus on staying together right now, because they're capitulating towards power. If we are stronger together, and if your strength lies in the people, and the people are staying together, we can garner the support that we need just internally to be able to force them to act in the ways that we need them to act. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired, I'm sick, I'm not thinking straight, I'm not saying this clearly, but
we got a $5 super chat from Jake
Clever.
Insert. Man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold up, it's Jake. Hold up. I gotta get him on screen.
I'm sorry, I'm stepping on you. I'm trying to help you not have to talk so much.
I know. Jake, insert clever dapper inside joke here. Nelson says, "Take it away, Brie."
As a cishet man, transphobia is misogyny. It really is.
That's a fact. Picture.
Oh yeah,
I love that picture. Really just gotta stand it for a moment and
hey, we can let it ride out.
Some of my favorite moments on this channel are when it does get political, because Maya breaks it down and kicks ass every time.
Thank you.
Well, Maya is part of the LGBTQIA community, as our Arrow Ace member.
I am Arrow Ace. which I always say affectionately is like the atheist of the LGBT community. And it's I understand that like I am part of it, so I don't want to. I'm not trying to distance myself from it, but like when I think about the community and the things that jump out at me, and I know the things that bond the group together are the shared life experiences. And I've lived my life very comfortably as a heterosexual, so I haven't had to feel the things that you've had to feel or experience the things that others have had to experience. So it's
Sorry,
Doc.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
I
What,
missed
cut
it.
me off for no reason?
No, reorganize the screen.
Pull my
It's fine.
boobies up.
Oh no, this is very
Oh
lovely.
yeah, baby.
Oh, are we bringing out the girls?
And-
All right, there. It's
Don't make
girl
me
power.
don't make her, I can't
I know,
compete
right?
with that, Maya.
Girl
You
power.
are.
But
And
no,
with the
I mean,
necklace on too.
and I say it all to say, like, I never mean to distance myself from the LGBT community. But I understand that there are things you're going through that I can't understand, and I recognize that, and I do see my privilege in that. But it doesn't mean that I hope that nobody ever takes it as me trying to distance myself from the community. I would never do that. And I think everybody knows that I'm arrow ace. I don't make that a secret.
Oh, sorry,
But
I
yeah.
wasn't trying to out you. I'd heard you say it.
No, yeah, I say it all the
so.
time. And yeah, proudly so. I say proudly so, but like I'm looking for community because
Well, there is a stigma about ace people that
Mhm.
society has, and I think that you be proud of who you are and how you feel and your attractions and whatnot. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for hitting that milestone tonight. You've hit so many milestones this year, and is this the last show of 2024?
To break 100 on our last show that we weren't even sure we were going to do before 12 o'clock today. I feel very thankful,
Thank you,
grateful.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I woke up and that was the first thing I saw.
What?
A direct message from the
Oh, for me?
goddess asking me to be on her show, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is it!
I was like, I finally made it. This is
I'm
Nirvana.
here." And then I said in my own way, yes, twice, and she's like, "You don't have to." And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just said yes
Yeah, well, like
twice.
his
And you're
last thing
like,
was like, well, I'm just gonna get in there and say stupid shit, and I'm like, it's what we do. Like,
yeah, I
don't you
was
pay
saying easy
attention?
button. I can do
Right?
it.
Like, yeah, no,
Easy
okay. Like,
button.
I totally get it now, but again, not feeling well, so brain fog is somewhat of a bitch. All right. So we're at 69 again. I'm gonna end it on a good
Nice.
note. Anybody have anything to say before we head out?
Yes, because I saw it in the chat.
Mhm.
Everybody remember that for just $500, you can get the Dr. Tapioca Weasel lecture on magnetism.
Indeed.
That was a
No
one
word on
time
whether
thing. It
there's
has to happen like right
No.
now. And Maya doesn't have to stay. Maya can go. And
Right.
I guess I'd have to do it on my channel, but you'd have to super chat $500. A single person would have to do it. Okay. So
Right now, before the end of the
right
show.
now. Yeah.
Wait, $500 to do what? Explain magnetism?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Right.
just
What if
saying,
we
like,
just get like 10 of these? Or wait, how many of those would it be?
No. See, that's
It'd be
like
more than that.
I'm hedging my bets. I really don't want to do this.
Like, I mean, come on. If 20, okay, like even if it was though, like
This
a
is
lot of
also
people
live.
started, yeah, if a
This
lot of
was not
people
in the fine
started,
print. He's adding
Oh,
this.
that sounds awesome. Whoa, that sounds awesome.
So
I'm gonna have to do it. I've never seen them.
Storm Chaser Patrick Pineda beyond Wix, I don't know, says, "Hey everyone, there was one large CME. It is very likely that the aurora borealis will be visible at low latitudes on New Year's Eve. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Do not miss it." Who's this
That's-
person?
Ooh. Right, low. I'm probably at way too low latitudes now to see it though.
I mean,
Storm
Maybe.
Chaser Patrick Pineda.
Pineda.
Are you
I
a,
know. They seem
are
cool.
you are you a real storm chaser? That's pretty cool.
It is pretty
depending
cool.
on what they mean by large CME, like a large enough CME is going to be potentially problematic. Although, yeah. Anyway,
The last one was visible in Florida.
Yeah.
Wait, what? An
yeah,
aurora was
yeah.
visible in Florida?
Very recently, there was one that was visible in Albuquerque for sure. My friend lives there. And
So I'm in El Paso now. Has it ever been visible in El Paso? And it was visible in Illinois when I was back home, but
that's
I'm
significantly further up. And
way
El
further
Paso
north.
is, how high is it? Because altitude also helps a little bit.
I'm at 3,500 feet in El Paso.
I like this person. We're gonna have to get them on.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. And
we should do it right
just
now.
a reminder that as long as you can see the aurora, the space shields are working.
If you have that person on, I have the perfect channel for you to cover too. So let me know if they say that.
This is one of those things that you got to try and lock in right when you think of it, because otherwise, it's like I don't. How are we going to contact?
I'm thinking about sleep right now. I don't know about the rest of you.
Well, I was just sending them a message in the chat, being like, "Hey, are you on Discord?" Because I'm Tapioca Weasel on Discord.
Are you in Sunday's Discord? I'm in Sunday's Discord. I shall find you.
I am.
Oh my!
It's almost 11 o'clock for you, isn't it, Maya?
It's almost 12 o'clock.
Almost 12 o'clock. You're on the East Coast, yeah. It's almost 11 o'clock in Illinois, but
it's like for Vandy, it's almost dinner time.
It's almost 10 o'clock here. I'm way closer to Vandy's time than I am to your time now.
You guys should like meet and make out.
I mean, I'm down to make out with anybody, pretty much. So.
I had Grace in here a couple weeks ago. We did not make out, but we did go swimming though.
I mean,
that sounds hot.
Yeah, and he did dance. I did see him dance, and he rapped. So y'all don't get to see the full Grayson.
Did he play the Jesus Christ Ouija game?
No, I'd forgotten about it. I would have asked him if he wanted to play. I helped him with his Yakub video though.
Hey, so did we. Yeah.
I know you did because he was on your channel talking about Yakub.
I know. That was actually above average turnout. I was surprised. But on our show, we were below average turnout for him. So I thought that was.
I'm gonna pretend your high turnout tonight was because of me.
Yeah, it's totally what happened.
Like Sunday Hill? No, it's because Bumblebee was there.
It was clearly despite the guest.
Yes, yeah.
No, you're awesome, Jester. Stop it. Like I said, you make me laugh when once you chillax and start talking. So
I will really never stop insulting me.
You were so quiet at the beginning of the stream.
I know. I forgot Jester was here. I was like, what's going on?
I'm glad you came out of your shell.
All right. People, stop giving me money. God damn it. All right.
Thank you, Shane Bilowitz. Member for 3 months.
Cultist for 3 months.
Oh, sorry.
And then also we have Trixie, who is a new cultist. So I'm going to thank you. Please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties and vaginas. I'm trying to get out of here for 20 minutes. Do it now because I'm going to sleep. God damn it. All right. So everybody, I hope you have a happy new year. And oh my God, I can't think for shit. We will see you in the new year with Dr. Ben.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, and you know what? I also want to thank, before the year finishes, and I know this is my fault, I do want to thank everybody. I've never told anybody this, but our end screen is actually a combination of fan art. So it's not like stuff that I came up with in my head and like put together as fan art. And Brie, I'm not sure how much of the end credit you've seen, but when I finished it, I showed it to Dr. T first, and I was like, "This is really Brie heavy."
Well, that's totally fair. I
Um,
think Bree has been on the show, I believe, more than any other single guest.
Stephanie
yeah.
might have her beat, but
Maybe, but
And me, between me and Al, I think we provide the most fan art for your
yeah,
channel.
yeah.
But there was one night where me and you were together having like a what do you call it, AI art war in the comments.
Yes, I
You
remember
remember
that.
that night?
Was that
And
the one
so
where that's the roasted kangaroo night? I remember that.
yeah, so I was like, she's really good at this. So I stole a couple of your and put it in my end screens. I was like, well, what? Fuck, you're not using them. I mean, I
Yeah, no, they are
would
for
hate.
you,
Thank
sweetie.
you. Like I would just really hate for some of these to like never be seen. So for the record, the chat has really loved them. I know, like, I don't want you to jump off without looking through it though. So we're gonna do that now. I want to tell everybody thank you for being here this year, whether you just found me this month or whether you've been here with us through the whole 2 years. I love and appreciate you, and it's only going to get greater in the new year.